Hey, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my home. Um, Hope you're doing great. We're back again with a 5 and 5. This one is kind of my rarest or most valuable New Zealand records, or Flying Nun Records. There's a mixture of both in here. Um, I really hate the whole rarity market and the crazy prices things are selling for, and people bidding on Trade Me for crazy things. I'm not really particularly interested in the value so much. So I kind of feel a bit weird doing this video, but at the core of it, there's some really cool records and some really amazing music. So um, I want to share them. And some people may and find these in op shops or something like that, and they might see them and grab them. So it'd be really great to share these. Um, I've got a few little stories behind each one as well, or some of them I have. So I thought it'd be cool. This is not really like a braggy or showy off video, but crazily, when I look through my collection on Discogs, my most valuable records are, I think, in the top five. I think four of them are New Zealand records. Um, in fact, this one, if you can see it just in the video here, this Ballon Desai is up there, and I found that for $5. Anyway, we're getting into it. Doesn't matter. 5 and 5. Top five rarest New Zealand records. Let's do it. Okay. Number one. This is the Builders, Beaten Hearts. Amazing project of Builderine. This is a really wonderful record. It's pretty tough to find, but the good news is it has been reissued, I think a couple of years ago. I was lucky enough to find this for $40 at a deceased estate sale out in Lower Hutt down here in Wellington a couple of years ago, and I sort of jumped out of my skin. I was really happy to find it. I almost paid up for an original before, but luckily I held out and found this, so miracles do happen. An absolutely great classic Builders release. I do really recommend the album called Conch too. In fact, it's a whole rabbit hole of Builderine stuff. You can check out the label South Indies and all the 7 inches, and even the new stuff he's put out is super interesting too. But yeah, that's a whole side quest on Builderine and Builders material. An amazing talent in New Zealand, and someone that's really powerful when you see him live, and has a real presence. Super great. That's Beaten Hearts by the Builders. Number one. I'm not saying number one, but these aren't in an order again, or they're not in like a price order. Another one that I found at a record fair for a crazy price, crazily cheap price. This is the absolutely classic Human Instinct Burning Up Years. This is absolutely searing psychedelic rock and roll garage, just psych heavy. Amazing playing. The best cover of "You've Really Got Me" by the Kinks, or you may know the Van Halen version, you'll ever hear. So deep, so heavy, absolutely fantastic. And you don't see these in that clean shape normally. This is one of those records that people seem to go crazy for on Trade Me and internationally. Super cool. This is something that I treasure. I would like to get the other ones, but I don't want to pay the big top dollar prices for them. On Marble Arch. Super cool. Really recommend you check that out. If you like bands like, I'm going to say Hawkwind, even though it's not quite the same. Some, in that genre of like, heavy rock, psych rock, Black Sabbath, things like that. Please check that out. I've actually picked out more than 5 here, I've just realized. So I'm going to speed up and try and get through these. This one isn't super expensive. It's kind of expensive, but it took me a long time to find this, and I paid a bit for it at the time. This is the Expressway Pile Up compilation that originally came out on cassette. This is the vinyl pressing with a different track listing. Came out in 1990. Please check the label out, Expressway out. It's a super amazing and super deep label out of Port Chalmers, down in the South Island. This has got a lot of bands that were related to or on Flying Nun at one stage or another. 3Ds, Dead Sea, Shane Carter, Snapper, Cake Kitchen. It's all there. This is super great. I can't recommend it highly enough. I absolutely love this artwork too. I would love to have this as a poster, to put up. That's really special. Okay, we all know that this got reissued last year. This is probably one of the most money I've spent on a record without planning or walking into a store and seeing it. I used to live in Melbourne, and I was having a particularly rubbish week at work, and I stopped into a record store and I saw this there, and I bought it on the spot. This is an absolutely vital piece of New Zealand music history, a transformative piece of New Zealand music history. This is AK-79, a comp of early New Zealand punk stuff. You've got Toy Love on here, obviously Chris Knox, Tearaways, Swingers, Scavengers, Proud Scum, Primers. This has been reissued pretty recently again too. I think Flying Out did put this out, so give it a go. This is a nice original pressing. I should get the reissue anyway, because I think maybe there's bonus tracks or different tracks. But I'll save the best for last, because I've got to speed up. We're running out of time very quick. I might have to go over. I'm sure you guys don't mind, right? I've talked about this in a previous video. This is This Kind of Punishment. Amazing post-punk New Zealand record. Peter Jeffries, Graham Jeffries. Out on Flying Nun. I absolutely love that cover too. Super cool. Okay, you have to bear with me. I'm sure you won't mind a couple more minutes. This is a label that I got really into about 5 or 6 years ago now. This is on the Braille label. This is a free jazz experimental thing. I'm a massive jazz fan. If you're interested, I actually do have my own YouTube channel, which is where I started making videos. And I can actually post a link maybe somewhere or below this video or something like that, or maybe at the end. You can just search me out. I think my name is just James Buttery, Buttery, and that's where I actually talk about my collection, lots of detail, and go through genres and stuff like that. I've been doing it for about 5 years. This is on this kind of obscure, or it used to be really obscure, label called Braille, out of Wellington here, and this was just recorded, honestly, just about 10 minutes walk from my house here in Wellington. So this is the Primitive Art Group. They released a few albums on this label, five tread drop down. I've got about 5 or 6 on the label now, but there's a couple that I'm really would love to get, and I just cannot find them anywhere. So if anyone actually is watching this and they have any double ups of Braille records, please let me know. I may as well use this platform, right? Really great. I love this music. It's really up my alley. I think it's the most interesting jazz music in New Zealand ever been put out. I think it's really out there, really creative, super talented, really playful, really joyful. Almost anything on the Braille label is high quality. It gets a little bit questionable. Not questionable. I lose thread a bit in the later releases. But the early stuff, in fact, the early mid stuff is absolutely amazing. I managed to go see them all play a couple of years ago here, and it blew my mind because it sounded so much like the records, and I was just smiling the whole time. Anyway, the last one is what I'm saving to last. This is a bit of an obscurity. Again, when I was out at the Seas to State sale, this popped up in front of me for $10, and I didn't have a literal heart attack, but I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I cannot believe I found this. This is called 4 Stars. It's a compilation of Wellington post-punk bands on Sausage Records. This goes for stupid money on the internet. I would never sell it, but I will also never pay that much for it, because it's really great and it's really important, and I get it. But why would you spend $600? Anyway, this could be a whole other topic on New Zealand stuff. But this has got probably the biggest names you'll know is Beat Rhythm Fashion, Naked Spot Stands, The Wallflowers, and Life in the Fringe Exists. This is super cool. I mean, I love that artwork. It's so cool. It's a really special piece to have, and something I treasure, that I have this a lot, and it's something that it had been on my want list for quite a long time, and I had seen one other copy at a very specialist record store in Melbourne, and that was way beyond my reach at the time, so I never thought I would own a copy, and I have. So yeah, really special. Okay, we got a bit over there, but I hope you enjoyed that. Keep your eyes peeled. You never know. You never know. You know, there's the op shops or the house calls, or these things can pop up here in the country. You know, yeah, I don't know. That's the end. Thank you. That was really fun. I actually really enjoyed making that video. Please stay tuned. I've got a couple more on the way. Again, if you're liking this sort of thing, please do check out my YouTube channel. I sort of diversify a bit to do some different things, do some like vlog type videos, and I do some audio gear reviews from time to time, things like that. But yeah, thank you again. Bye.